up, y'all? It's your girl Bree checking in, and I'm back with another video. So as you can see, I'm sitting in my car right now. I'm actually at a red light right now. But y'all, I've been meaning to record a video for my main channel. And I usually have videos pre-recorded, but I just have not had the chance to record, y'all. I have not had the chance. I've had a lot going on. Still got stuff going on. And then some of the videos that I want to record for y'all, I need somebody to do them with me. They're not videos that you can just do by yourself. And it's just a lot. One thing I will say, y'all, it's a video that I want to record, but since there's all the social distancing and stuff going on, I'm trying to FaceTime people and record their responses while we're on the phone. And y'all, I'm having the hardest time figuring out how to record without FaceTime muting the audio. I have no idea how to do it. I've been trying and I can't figure it out. Y'all, if you know how to do it, please drop it in the comments down below to let me know so I can get that video done for y'all. But anyways, as you can tell by the title of this video, we finna go through some story times working at theme parks. I'm not gonna say what theme parks, we just gonna say at theme parks, okay? Some negative experiences that I've had working in theme parks, okay? So without any further ado, let's jump into it. All right, y'all, let's get you right here. Okay, so look, let's start with the first theme park I ever worked at. Okay, all right, the first theme park I ever worked at, and I worked at the turnstiles. Okay, if you don't know what a turnstile is a thing where you go to the theme park, and before you can actually go in the park, you gotta scan your ticket and then like put your finger down, and it has like the little rolling things that you gotta walk through. Okay, that's a turnstile. So we were the first ones that the guests would see when they come to the park. So working at this specific theme park that I'm talking about, it was the first time I was called racist, and it wasn't the last. That was the first time I got lied on by a guest, and it wasn't the last. Yeah, so let's jump into it. So the first one, these ain't gonna be in order, it's just whenever I think of them. So one of them was getting lied on. Let's start with those. So this lady came up, and I scanned the ticket, asked her to put her finger down to scan her biometric scan. Y'all, first of all, pause. Let me clarify something, because while working there, I noticed this a lot, y'all. A biometric scan is not taking your fingerprint, y'all. And I know a lot of people swear up and down that it is, but I swear to y'all, that's not what it is. A biometric scan takes a picture, not even take a picture. It reads your fingerprint, and it turns that into a code, which is a biometric code, which is where a biometric scan comes from. But anyways, it turns it into a code. And then that code is saved on that card. That way nobody else can use that card. A fingerprint is actually scanning your fingerprint and putting the print on something or connecting that print to something. That is not what a biometric scan is. Anyways, because I had to clarify that, because people swore up and down that's what we were doing, and it's not. Which will lead me into one of my other stories. But anyways, she didn't remember what finger she used, so her ticket wasn't working. I asked her if she wanted to reset it, and she told me no. Okay? Now remember that. That's a key point. Remember that. She told me no. So I told her, I said, okay, that's fine. I said, whenever you use your ticket, you're going to have to show your ID every time you scan your ticket. Then she goes, and I think she didn't want to do that or something like that. So I called over one of my runners. We had runners, which was if you needed help with something, had an issue with something, they were the ones that would come over to you so you wouldn't have to leave your position, and they would help you out. So one of my runners came over, which is also the girl who trained me. Okay, so she knew me. She trained me. So She come over and she talks to the lady. She tried to scan the lady's ticket. Don't work because she don't remember the finger she used. Then she goes, well, do you want to reset it? The lady looked at her and told her, yeah, I want to reset it, but she told me no.
And
What? Who told you no? Me? More? Me? I told you no? Y'all, I looked at her and I looked at my runner. I said, that's not true. I said, that's not true. I said, I didn't tell her that. And she was like, it's okay. Like, you good. So she reset it, got the lady in. After I said that, the lady didn't say nothing. She kept her mouth closed. So she resets the lady finger, get the lady in park. And I looked at her. I said, I can't believe she lied like that. I said, I never told her no. I said, I asked her if she wanted to reset it, and she told me no. And she was like, it's okay. She was like, I know you didn't tell her no. She was like, I trained you. I knew it didn't sound right when she said it. I was like, that's crazy. Like, how you just, like, okay, where I work now, if they lie on you, they gonna lie on you behind your back. Like, they gonna go and request to speak to a leader and lie to the leader. Or they'll go to guest relations and lie to guest relations. The theme park I worked at before, they would lie while you standing there. Lie on you in your face. Anyways. So the next one, the lady come in and she had her park ticket. She was an annual pass holder. And she had her pass in like one of the little plastic things that be connected to a lanyard. So she had it in that. And it was raining. So it hadn't got wet. Water was all inside of it or whatever. And I'm trying to scan it while it's in the packaging. While it's in the plastic and it won't scan. So I asked her to take it out. I didn't even take it out. I asked her to take it out. She takes it out. I scan it, get it in the park, give it back to her. She goes to put it back in her lanyard and she notices that her picture is all messed up now. So she comes back and she tells me that I messed up her picture on her annual pass when I scanned it for her to get in the park, when I scanned it on my machine. So I'm talking to the lady, another runner comes up and they asked what was going on. And she was like, oh, she messed up my annual pass when she scanned it on that machine and this, that, and the third. And I'm just listening. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just listening. And then my runner goes, no, look at your lanyard. Y'all, her lanyard stuck to her annual pass. And when she peeled it off, she peeled off her own picture. And she blamed me for it. And he was like, so you did that when you took it out. And she couldn't say nothing. She just took it and walked away. Yeah, you did it. You did it and tried to blame me, but it's okay. Whatever. So, another awkward moment. Well, I'm not going to say it was, okay. It wasn't a negative interaction, but it was definitely an awkward one. So, this guy comes up and he's pushing this elderly man in a wheelchair. And I scanned them to get them ready, and so I go to open the little swing gate so he could push the guy through in the wheelchair. So I see the elderly guy reach up for my hand. I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, all right, he just want to shake my hand, whatever, cool. So I reach out and I shake his hand, and then I go to pull my hand back, and he got a grip on it. Like he got a grip on it. He didn't let me go, and I was like, okay, maybe he just want to shake a little longer, cool. But then I see him start to lean up in his wheelchair. So I'm looking at him, and in my head, I'm like, what is this dude finna do? Like, why he leaning up? What you doing? Then he starts to raise my hand up. I said, no. In my head, I'm like, no. Don't do this. Like, I really don't want this man to kiss my hand. Like, but then it's like, do I snatch away? If I snatch away, do I seem rude? Like, so I'm just standing there watching it all play out, y'all. And I swear it was happening in slow motion. Then all of a sudden I see him start to twit his lips out. Y'all, this man opened his mouth and went to kiss or lick my hand, whatever the case may be. I snatched my hand back so quick, swung that gate open and said, you have a nice day. No, 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 boo boo. You are not finna lick nor kiss my hands. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I know he didn't mean it no other way than what it was, but y'all, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But next story. So another awkward moment. Awkward for me. Okay, that was awkward for me, but this one is awkward too. So this guy comes up and I ask him to scan his finger. Now, side note, when it comes to this biometric scan, y'all, it is real tricky. Like, if you wash your, like, with doctors and nurses and stuff, they had the worst time when it came to scanning their fingers. Excuse me. Because it wouldn't work, because they constantly washing their hands and stuff. It couldn't read it. It couldn't get a code from it. So they would have the worst time. And if it was too cold and your fingers get real cold, it couldn't do it. So they're looking at me. Y'all, I'm outside this building waiting on somebody, and they're like looking at me. But anyways, so he is struggling to try to find a finger that work, and I'm like, okay, try this finger, try that finger. None of them are working. He like rubbing it on his shirt and doing all this other stuff, and it is just not working. And so sorry y'all. So it's just not working, and I told him to try, I think it was his thumb on his other hand. Y'all, he lifted his hand up and he did not have a thumb, y'all. And I didn't know it. I swear on everything, I didn't know it. And I just told him to try the other hand. I switched it up real quick and told him to try the other hand. Then I just told him don't worry about it. And I like bypassed it and then just told him to show his ID whenever he do it. And I was so ashamed, y'all, because I was like, usually I just tell them, okay, try this thumb, try that thumb, try this index finger, try that index finger. And one of them usually works. I didn't know that this dude did not have the finger that I asked him for, because his hand was down and it was like on the other side. And I'm not like sizing people up. I'm not looking at every little bit and piece on everybody. So I didn't know it. But that was definitely an awkward moment. All right. Another one. Racist. Okay, I got three more stories, and then we go wrap this up. So one of them was this guy, and he came up and he was trying his fingers, and it was not working. Y'all, it was cold this day. Okay, it was cold, so of course I'm assuming that's why it's not working. So he keep trying his different fingers, and it just wasn't working. And then the dude goes and looks at me. He goes, you know, I don't think your computer likes white people. Excuse me? Okay. Soon as he said that, I didn't say nothing. I looked at him, click bypass, told him to have a nice day. I'm not going to talk to you, because now you're talking ignorance. This has nothing to do with what race you are. It's cold outside. That's why it's not working. I've had thousands of other white people come through my turnstile and it worked just fine. But whatever. Ignorance is bliss. So next one, this guy, I'm at the turnstile. I go to scan his ticket, and I asked him to place his finger down. He takes his knuckle and he's like banging on it like this. And I'm like, sir, like, you can't do that. You got to put your finger down. Oh, you're not getting my fingerprint and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, sir, it's not a fingerprint, but that's fine. You don't want to scan it, okay? Can I see your ID? I don't have my ID. That's my wife right there, and this, that, and the third. He's showing me credit cards and all this stuff. He goes, I didn't know this was like the Nazis where you had to show your ID. What? Like the Nazis? Out of all the stuff that could have came out your mouth, like the Nazis? Come on, dude. So one of my runners hear what's going on. He causing this big commotion and all that stuff, punching the machine and all this extra shit. And he comes over, took care of it, told the dude to get up out of there. And he looked at me and I looked at him and we just shook our head. Like, are people really that ignorant? If you don't want to scan your finger, that is fine. By all means, that's your opinion. That's what you choose to do. That's your option. But you gonna get mad because I asked for your ID so I can verify the name on your ticket? Are you serious? And then you take it to a racist thing like the Nazis? Come on, dude. Anyways, last one, y'all. So this one is the biggest one, hands down. So this lady comes up and she had a print at home ticket. If you don't know what a print at home ticket, y'all, is self-explanatory. It's a ticket that you print off at home. So it's on this paper, this regular printed paper. So I asked her to hold her finger down. She don't remember what finger she used. Now, at that specific theme park, protocol was if somebody had a print at home ticket and didn't remember what finger they used, then we had to have the ticket specialist investigate the ticket, or in other words, look at the ticket and put the stuff in the computer, research it to make sure it's not a fake ticket, make sure it's not a fraud, okay? Because people would always do that and try to get fake tickets and come in the park. So that's what I did. She didn't remember what finger she used. I had the guy come over so he could look at her ticket, had her step off to the side. Okay, so I'm scanning other people in. This lady comes up with a regular card, a park ticket that she purchased at the park, and it had her name printed on it. Protocol was different from that type blah, blah, blah. The protocol was different for that type of ticket, okay? Protocol was different depending on the ticket. So with that one, all she had to do was show her ID. I verified that her name on her ID matches the name that the park printed on her ticket. If it do, cool, reset it, you on your way. So that's what I did. Asked for her ID, reset it, got on her way. The lady that was waiting saw what happened, comes up, and she, when I tell y'all, she went from 0 to 100 real quick. I ain't even lying. So she comes up all calm. Excuse me. I looked at her, I said yes. She goes, are you treating me like this because I'm Asian? I said, what? No. And then I go into trying to explain, like trying to tell her how stuff works and all this stuff. Y'all, I kid you not, mid-sentence, this lady cut me off and took off. And when I say took off, I mean went the off, okay? No, you treat me like this because I'm Asian. You treat me like a prisoner. Da 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 da. And like, she is screaming and yelling. Then she starts crying and all this extra shit. And y'all, like, one of the dudes that had already got in the park that came in with her, he came out, tried to talk to her. No, I don't want to hear it. She's treating me like a prisoner. She's doing this to me because I'm Asian. Da 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 da. Yelling at him, pushing on him. Then one of the runners come out. They try to talk to her. She yelling and screaming at them. And y'all, when I tell you she is legit yelling and screaming and crying for no reason, the shit was crazy. Like, it really blew my mind. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And like, when I was talking to her, like I said, she cut me off. And then I still tried to keep talking so I could explain this to her. And she started over talking me. And at that point, I just stopped talking to her. And I was helping other guests. Hi, I can help you right there. Oh yeah, I can scan your ticket over here. Da da da. Have a great day. Da da da. She's still standing there, just going off on me. And that's when the other people started coming out and trying to talk to her. And y'all, I kid you not, she yelled at and went off, other than me, on like 2 or 3 other people. Okay. Then the ticket specialist comes over and he was like, she's good. Go ahead and reset it for her. I said, okay. So I scanned her ticket. We get her back over there. And we go to scan it. She doing this. You can't do that, okay? You're moving your finger too fast. It can't do what it need to do. So I'm like, ma'am, can you hold your finger down? It's not working. Ticket specialist trying to tell her the same thing. Not listening. Still doing the same thing. So he looks at me, he goes, don't worry about it, just bypass it, get in. I said, okay. Hit bypass, handed her the ticket, you have a great day. Snatched her ticket from me, balled it up, walked away. But I did, and so I knew she went to guest relations. I knew that. And but I was like, all right, whatever. So she goes to guest relations. I figured she was gonna go. So she went to guest relations and complained on me. And but luckily everybody saw it. Everybody saw it, y'all. And like, it was guests walking past and they were like shaking their head, and some people were laughing at her because she was acting a fool for no reason. But so my supervisor called me in the office and she asked me what happened, and I told her exactly what happened. And she was like, okay. She was like, I already knew what happened. She was like, I spoke to so and so, they had came in here right after it happened and let me know. She was like, but whenever a guest complaint gets put in, we have to let you know. So she was like, you're not in trouble, it's not going on your record. She was like, don't worry about it, I just had to tell you that the lady came in here and put in a complaint on you. She was like, but I already knew what happened, don't worry about it, you was just doing your job. And that was the end of it. That was it. So yeah, some crazy situations happen when you at theme parks, but working at that theme park got me ready for the theme park I went to after that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off here. If you want to know the story times from the next theme park that I went to, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another video. And until next time, this is your girl Truly Bree checking out, and I will catch you in the next video.